Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
This is Sparta! Fatality.
What's up, Manny Moonraker here. Hey, this is UFO Buster Radio, the UFO News Report, where we talk about stuff that's going on in the world of ufology. I'm actively, right now, taking care of this microphone because it's super hypersensitive, so I'm trying to bring it down some because I know I'm busting on your eardrums, especially with the news that I got to share today. I am officially renouncing vodka. Today's the day. I've had it. I spent the last few hours, I think actually since about 2 o'clock, dealing with a Russian terrorist who's like taking money out of my PayPal account for I don't know the fuck what. I mean, he finally got to the point in the last hour where he sent me what it was that I signed up for. Mind you, my name's nowhere on there. Nowhere. I don't even know what he was selling. It's in fucking Russian. How am I supposed to buy something? I don't even know what the hell it is. Anyway, we're taking care of that. Craziness. Welcome to the cult, UFO Buster Radio. I am your leader. I am replacing the supreme being known as Blue Chicken because he's taken off. The chicken is gone. We got 3 articles for today. Welcome to Tuesday. Yesterday was not so bad. You know, usually on Tuesdays, I report how shitty Monday was. And Monday was not so bad. It must be all the new COVID cases. I think people are like scared or they've settled down a few notches so they're not being dickheads because they're afraid of COVID. I think maybe that's what it is. Everybody settled down. They're coming back to reality here because around the corner is a damn swine flu. What the fuck is going on with China? Russia, China. I mean, these are the guys that are the culprits for everything. This is completely nuts. What is going on? I can't do this. This is just crazy. And it's reached the cult of UBR. I don't know what to do anymore. I want to say hello to the guys that are in the live chat right now on Spreaker.com. If you ever want to be in here live and chat it up while the podcast is going on, interact with guests, you got to go to Spreaker.com until I get pissed off with them too. And I'll give them up too. I just don't know. You guys don't know. I'll do it. Green Man, Pucky, Dave from Down Under, where they got Vegemites. A Green Man again, Game Vet, The Norm. Dre is here. Let's see how long he stays awake. And the whole gang is here, ready for this episode today. Hopefully this Russian guy will stay in his lane and outside of the U.S. borders with his nonsense. So we're going to get started. I don't really have any other news. I mean, it's fucking Tuesday. Nothing else is really going on. Except that, well, I'm not going to bring it up. I'll bring it up later on Thursday for the freak out. I'll keep that one to myself.
What
Last week I was asking a question, just in general, just because it just popped into my head. I think it was a movie that I saw that popped this situation into my noggin. And it had to do with the Large Hadron Collider, because it's been pretty quiet, right? We haven't heard. I mean, at first we had all these things. People were time traveling. Wormholes were opening up. The Earth was going to be sucked up into a black hole. It was crazy. It was freaking bananas. And then it went dark. They had to shut it off for a little bit. They had to clean shit up because the thing is humongous. But they powered it back up. They powered it even more, right? They found the God particle. And then it turns out there's other God particles. And so they're looking for that. But in the meantime, it turns out, after I said that question, I think Chris is rubbing off on me. I'm becoming a bit psychic. But after I said that, I was going around just looking for shit over the weekend. You get on the shitter, you got to look for stuff. And lo and behold, there is news on the collider, which we're going to talk about tomorrow during the space news. It's not really space news, but it's all science-based. But man, when I tell you it's time for the folks in Europe, except for that Russian rubber dicker, it's time for everyone else in Europe to move the fuck out. You guys got to leave. Go down to Australia. I hear they have a lot of room there where they can take a few million more people out in the outback somewhere. To be honest, this first article has to do with the Taiwan. I was really worked up about this because there is nothing better than seeing UFO reports from somewhere else, like India. Like all we ever hear about India is about the crazy driving, a lot of the food, the street food. Which, by the way, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube who does the whole. He's named I think it's called the Street Food Ranger or something like that. And he goes to the vendors, the street vendors in India, eats up their food. I don't know how he survives half that stuff. He's got to have either no stomach or a steel stomach. I don't know how it is, but he's an interesting guy. He's even been to Mexico and China and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I'm fascinated about things that come out of places, especially Taiwan. Haven't really had any UFO incidents reported on here from Taiwan, but so this is what we're about to do. Apparently, there is a researcher out of Taiwan that is talking about famous people who may be reptilian, and not just reptilian; they are part of the Illuminati. I mean, the two go together like peanut butter and jelly, right? If you're a reptilian, you've got to be part of the Illuminati, vice versa, right? I've never met an Illuminati person that doesn't lick their own eyeballs. I'm just saying. So it makes sense to me completely. Well, apparently, this Taiwanese researcher is going bonkers over some damn cloud that looked like a UFO. So he's talking about how basically it'll be people who are going to create or bring forth alien disclosure. And he's saying this just because of this UFO-like cloud. If you look at the picture, go to the article, check it out. It looks like a fucking cloud. I'm just be honest. I'm going to call it what it is. I'm going to tell you the way it is. It's a cloud. Stop fucking around. There's a quote in here from this wonderful person. And it says, it wouldn't surprise me if they had windows or transparent walls that allow the aliens to look down at the people and activities below, like peeping toms from outer space. I added that, not the Taiwanese person. Absolutely amazing catch of a perfect disc over England yesterday. Really? Really, Taiwan? Is this what you're bringing to the game? Is this what we're doing right now? I mean, it's bad enough that some of the products that come in from Taiwan are just as bad as the ones that come from China, but you're going to bring this to the UFO table. Really? Let me continue with this quote. Aliens have been around for thousands of years, but we are wising up. Our technology and our intelligence are increasing, except for him, and they won't be able to hide from us for long. Isn't that something? Like, I had no idea that the Taiwanese were so hip to conspiracy, especially the Illuminati. Could you imagine someone... I mean, if we take some of these products coming out of Taiwan, fuck my life, that's a conspiracy right there. The Illuminati is putting out shit products. That's all I'm saying. I ain't even going to go anywhere else with that because I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble for that. So apparently a lot of conspiracy theorists say the reptilians have taken control of the planet. All the really powerful, rich people are all green, nasty sleaze stacks that have taken over the world and have formed the Illuminati. Lady Gaga, of course, being one of them. Apparently, this Taiwanese person analyzed an interview from 2018 in which Lady Gaga revealed her reptilian self. How did she do this, you're wondering? Did she run across the desert? Had opposing legs? No. Did her neck flare up and she spit poison at you? No. According to Taiwan, Lady Gaga actually shapeshifted during an interview. I know you guys didn't hear that part. Let me just bring it back. I wish I had like a DJ here on the 1 and 2s to just replay it, but let me just do it this way. Lady Gaga in 2018 shape-shifted her lizard-ass self in front of probably millions of people during an interview, and Taiwan caught it. Fantastic. Completely fantastic. Well, apparently a lot of his followers argued that Lady Gaga was an alien. I mean, why not? And, of course, they supported the idea that she is part of the Illuminati and that shadow government controls the entire world. Well, it's good to see that folks in Taiwan are no different than anyone else in the world, especially like the U.S., to be honest. But here's the problem with this story. I went to this story because I thought, wow, Taiwan is up on it. Like, I can't even imagine these guys in Taiwan being so hip to all this madness. The Illuminati, lizards, aliens, UFOs in the clouds. It's like, what the fuck? They're like second Americans. They really are. Second UK, United Kingdom folks. Even maybe closely related to a lot of people in Australia and South America. We have such a close, tight grip on conspiracy and aliens that the Taiwanese have hooked onto it. Well, here's what the truth is. A few weeks ago, I was talking about Pareidolia Pete, and hey, whoa. Settle down, Taiwanese people. You don't want to claim this. Come on. No. Cut it out. Come on, guys, really? Is he really your best export? Settle down. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy from Taiwan that believes in all these conspiracies is Scott C. Waring. According to the article, y'all stop clapping now, right? According to the article, Scott C. Waring lives in Taiwan. Well, it's no wonder no one can ever catch up to this guy. He's in Taiwan. All his conspiracies, have you seen the movies from Taiwan? There's nothing to do there. Probably why he's looking through decades of videos and pictures from NASA. There you go. That's where he's at. So, highly unlikely that anyone's going to be hanging out with old Pareidolia Pete anytime soon. But I was just as shocked as anybody else, to be honest. I cannot believe that the freaking guy is out in Taiwan. Ain't that some shit? Isn't that nuts? I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. There is more to this article in case you want to look at the video. I'm sure it's linked in there to his thinking website. By the way, I did go to the website today I was like, does it say anywhere made in Taiwan on a website? No, it didn't. So I don't know. Go ahead and check it out. Maybe you might be able to get a message to him out in Taiwan where the shapeshifters and the lizard people live. Fuck my life. I don't understand how this happens.
Take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud. Call me a liar. A true psycho. Ooh. I'm a fraud. Call me a liar. A true psychopath. Don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me.
You know what I realized yesterday is that a lot of UFO shows on the YouTubes, on the tubes, are very sensitive. They're very sensitive about the people that hang out and say shit in their chats. I was genuinely surprised. It was quite the event yesterday, and I learned a lot. I'm currently getting ready I'm buying some a little bit extra equipment to get on the YouTubes here, hopefully by the middle of July. But, sometimes, guys, really, chill out. Take a chill. Go drink some, not vodka anymore. Go drink some whiskey or something. Yeah, get some wine. Take your load off your feet. Get a massage. Go into like one of those bathhouses, the ones you shouldn't be going to. You just go in there, get a massage and a happy ending, and then get on YouTube. Maybe you'll feel better about things. The breakthrough listen scans Kepler-160 system for alien technologies. Now I know, or should I say alien techno signatures. I know tomorrow is Space Day, but this one had the word alien in it, so it came up. Yes, it did. The one thing that I like, and we talked about this one last week, the one thing that I like about this Kepler-160 is one thing and one thing only. Just one. And that is, it's not 4.2 far. It really isn't. Kepler is only 3,141 light years away. God, it's like right there. It's like right next to us. Seriously. Somebody send those fuckers a message. Gotta get back after we've already destroyed ourselves. The thing about Kepler is that there are, let's see, five. I feel like the count from Sesame Street. Whoa, yeah, 5 planets in the Goldilocks zone for Kepler-160. So they're going hog wild. They're listening. So the Breakthrough Project decided to listen to Kepler-160 to listen for techno signatures, which could be radio signals. Just some shit coming off one of those damn planets. Is it exciting? Not anymore. It really isn't. But anyway, they decided to train all of their listening equipment to look for artificial radio emissions associated with 160 and also Kepler 160A, B, C, D, and E. They say that the sun for Kepler is 12% bigger than our sun, just 1% more luminous. So, yeah. I can make jokes about that, but I'm not. But their planets are up to 4 times as massive as our planet. So these are huge planets out there in the Goldilocks zone, but they're still trying to figure out, is it very possible that there could be intelligent life? And they've done quite a few things besides listening. They really are getting into investigating this particular part of the Lyra constellation, trying to figure out, do we have possibly neighbors that are intelligent? The problem with everything, it's still 3,100 years in the past. 3,100 years in the past. But they don't give a shit. They're going nuts over it. The Kepler-160 was actually listened to by the Greenback Bank Telescope for 3 5-minute pointings. That's the scientific term for it. Pointings. At each frequency band, and it started on June 14th. They'll be pointing at it, trying to get some information. So what did they get? The frequency bands that they looked at were 1.1 to 1.9 gigahertz, 1.8 to 2.8 gigahertz, and 3.95 to 8 gigahertz. And I don't know how that translates into draconian math, but we'll have to figure that out. And what did they find? They ain't find shit. Nothing. They basically pointed all this equipment to look 3,000 years in the past, and they ain't get dick. This is what I'm saying. This is where these projects that listen, they're going nowhere. Nothing. The truth is, maybe something came up on that planet, maybe 1,000 years after the point that we're looking at. Well, now we'll get frustrated. We'll give up. No need to look. There ain't shit there. Well, because you're looking too early. This is why this doesn't make any sense. Forget about all of this. We need to focus all our energy in faster than light travel. That's what we need to do. All this other looky-loo stuff, listening, forget about it. They're a bunch of peeping toms with white lab coats. We don't need none of that shit. Let's get to the nitty-gritty and let's look at rocketry. How do we advance that? Spend fucking money listening to shit. Are you serious? Now, the only thing is the Listen Project is not, for the most part, is not publicly funded. It's all private. So if y'all want to throw your money out into the wind and hope that some of it comes back, good luck with that. That's just the way it is. But for the moment, Kepler-160, A, B, C, D, and E, zero, nada, niet. No alien technosignatures, no nothing. The best that you can hope for is the next Sigourney Weaver Aliens movie that's apparently rumored to come out soon. It's the only alien we're going to see. Besides, maybe some more Avengers films. But that is all. Forget about it. Complete failure. Now, they did say they didn't spend too much time with Kepler-160e. It is in the rotation for the next time around. But again, there's so many more fruitful things that we can do in order to get this done. But apparently, Kepler apparently is where all the excitement is at, and also the fast radio burst, which apparently is one that's been going for over 300 days now, repeating. But again, we don't have shit. This is why science and space is so ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. The next article you guys are going to want to know about, because we actually found a connection to this on Discord. And it's important because some of you might want to leave the damn planet. Some of you might want to leave. And there is someone that might have your ticket if you become a citizen.
Like drinking a some tea.
Whenever I come across stories like these, it reminds me how much I really need Elon Musk to succeed. It really does. This is the reason why we have Elon Musk. I mean, he may not know it yet. He may not even know who the hell this fucking person is. Though I think he does. I think many people who are into this topic know this individual and his newfound shit. I just can't. It's so weird. What do residents of Asgardia get? The benefits, privileges, and the opportunity to participate in the life of the first space nation. Now, at least once a month, you guys know I like to go in and visit Igor Asher-Belly and the Asgardians and see what they're up to. I mean, we haven't had an Avengers movie in a while, so how are we going to catch up with Thor and the gang? Sounds like a musical group. There is no other way besides going in and checking out what's going down with Asgardia. And then perusing through the website, I came across an explanation of how you can become a resident. Now, some of you might be fascinated and even interested, or you might be a resident yourself. My thing is, how the hell do you identify someone that is an Asgardian? No, they don't have capes. They don't walk around with hammers or axes. They don't have none of that. They're not all blonde, apparently. And, but they will carry an ID card, according to this. First things first, if you want to be a resident of Asgardia, you must pony up yearly 100 euros. That's it. 100 euros and you're a resident. Now, you're not a citizen, so you low-life residents may or may not be able to go into the space station when it's built. You need to work up to citizenship. But for 100 euros, you're in like Flynn. I don't even think they do a background check. They're not even going to check to see what the fuck you've done in your own country. They'll just bring you right in. How much is that in draconian math for converting it into dollars? We got to figure that out. Oh, pesos. Might be someone down in Mexico or in some other, South American country that might want to become an Asgardian. Who knows? Now, here's the cool thing. Once you become a resident, you receive. I've been talking to that damn Russian all day today. It's fucked up. You will receive an Asgardian ID card. Yeah. It is a multifunctional document that has a QR code. So, you bring up your little card because you're a multinational, whatever the fuck you want to be. But people scan your QR code and they'll know you're Asgardian. If you look, if you go to the article and click on it, and you actually can see within the Asgardia website a representation of what the ID card is going to look like. It's pretty nice looking. It looks like an American Express card. An Asgardia Express card. Never leave space without it. Unbelievable. And here's the good thing is the future resident of Asgardia, they get fast-tracked. If you're a resident, you'll get fast-tracked into becoming a citizen. And then you can apply. And eventually, you may or may not, like I said, be able to go into space whenever the space station comes around. Now, this identification card that you'll receive will be accepted eventually all around the world because you are part of a space nation. But here's the cool thing. 26 countries, 26 of them, they're going to open a representative hubs. It's I mean, you might think this is crazy. I just don't know. 26 countries, you're going to have a hub where potential Asgardians, people who want to become residents, can actually go in and basically become residents. Yeah. And how will they do this? using mobile biometric identification systems. Is that like what Elon is going to do? Put a chip in somebody's head? I'm not really sure what this part is, but I mean, it sounds cool. Sounds high tech. It sounds like you'll have a chip in your head to be an Asgardian, or a chip in your ass, because that would make it an Asgardian for sure. No fucks are given there. And, every time I talk about the Asgardians, there's usually someone who is gung-ho about Asgardia that sends me some kind of a nasty message, especially because I say Asgardia and they're not asses, or at least not on paper. Apparently there's going to be bilateral agreements with other countries to recognize Asgardia as an independent state, and so because of that, you will also, as a resident, have your own Asgardia passport. I mean, Asgardia is coming together. I'm not even going to lie. They're putting this shit down. Like if I would to put together like a, let's say, a non-space nation cult, I would want my people to have chips in their heads, to have passports, and cool ID cards with QR codes. I mean, this guy's living it up. He really is. Now, what can you do? What's the what do you get for being a resident? Well, you get your passport, you get an ID card, nice, kind of like what you get when you go to some place that has video games. You get that shit, right? You are officially a resident, fast track to being a citizen. You get to create relationships in the space community that's not even in space. Yeah, that's a benefit. I mean, hell, we do that now, right? Shit. Not really a benefit, I don't think. There are more than 1,200 residents of Asgardia today and more than 1 million Asgardians. That's a lot of steroids. That's a lot of people wheeling thunder around and lightning bolts. But that's what it is. You can participate in exclusive Asgardia events like dating and open pornography things. I don't know what the hell they do. You can actually eventually start a business. That's right. The president, Dr. Igor Asher-Belly, who is the head of the Asgardian nation, he's approving a package of documents that will allow Asgardians to take part in Asgardia franchises. The dude's thinking about everything. I mean, he's taking care of his people. Now, if you're an Asgardian and you live in a different country and you open a franchise, who gets the franchise tax? Is it Asgardia or the country you're in? Or do you have to pay double tax? Doesn't cover this in here. But another benefit of being a resident is that you get to carry out scientific experiments. What the fuck is going on in the space nation? I don't understand. Like, you get to do all kind of shit, really. They don't even care if you're qualified or not. Really. You show up, you pay your €100, fuck, you're leading a full research team. Completely nuts. This is what it takes. What we found during the research for this article is that Asgardians, though they love the idea of being in space, they are really earthly because they have a Discord chat. Asgardians, like UFO Buster Radio, like a lot of gamers out there, has a full-blown, busy as hell Discord chat. So if you guys want to get in on it, go to the article in the description and join the Asgardian Discord chat so that you can stay afloat, ahead of the things that are going on in Asgardia as they continue to pass their laws and hire mayors and heads of states and all kind of crazy stuff. Now, what we don't see is any updates on when the alleged, supposed space station for Asgardia is going to go up. But I'm sure they're a few years away from that, to be honest. But for the love of Pete, €100 gets you in. Now, if it came with a hammer, a nice red cape, and a blonde wig, I'd be in it. I'd sign up right now. Even if it costs €200, I'm sure it'd be worth it. those are the articles for today. Please, while you're in there signing up on Discord to stay abreast of the Asgardia happenings, please look up the UFO Buster Radio chat and join us as well. As a matter of fact, because that is a space nation, there is no reason why we cannot commit espionage and be spies and go into the Asgardia Discord and find out what they're really going on, what's happening internally. Because it is a nation. It's got secrets. We need to find them. We need to know what they are and use them to our own advantage. This is the end of the podcast today. I thank you guys for listening. Please check out the articles and visit Asgardia at at your own risk. Please don't tell them I sent you. I don't want my cover blown. I appreciate you guys for listening, and thank you guys for being part of this podcast. Eventually, like I said, middle of the month, I will be heading into YouTube. I'm just afraid. There's just too many sensitive people on YouTube, and I'm gonna create some enemies. Guaranteed. We'll chat again tomorrow. Ciao.
You're the battery that keeps me awake. Reload under your control before I break. Till in frustration, have to do it all to survive the nightfall. When you fight against the time and you're about to lose your mind, it's easy to cross the line. There's no answer as to why when you look death in the eye. Either you live or you die. You live or you die. You live or you die. You're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me. Can't have enough.